Hey, do you or someone you know work on an exciting sustainable solution that needs scaling? Why not apply to the Zayed Sustainability Prize and increase your reach and impact? The Zayed Sustainability Prize was established in 2008 as the United Arab Emirates Pioneering Global Award for recognizing organizations and high schools for their sustainable, innovative, and humanitarian solutions.
How will you feel if you win the prize?
Oh, very happy.
Today, the prize counts 15 years of global impact, with 378 million people around the world benefiting from its winner solutions across the 5 categories of health, food, energy, water, and global high schools. Now, they're adding an exciting 6th category called climate action. This special new category aims to recognize and promote innovative solutions that address climate change and protect the planet for future generations. If you know a deserving small to medium-sized enterprise or nonprofit organization that's working to promote climate adaptation and resilience and nature-based solutions, nominate them today for the Climate Action category. We're pleased that the Zayed Sustainability Prize will be sponsoring this podcast series. To learn more about the prize, visit zayedsustainabilityprize.com and submit your application before the new extended deadline of May 23rd, 2023. When you find your passion and choose to follow it, you can accomplish great things. This is what happened for Sharon Pieksma when she was swimming in Bali and noticed the ocean was full of plastic. In that moment, she decided to remove as much of it as she could. From there, Sharon went on to become Miss Universe Netherlands, which she used as a platform to create awareness about the importance of preserving nature and cleaning up plastic from the environment. Since her reign as Miss Universe ended, Sharon has become a music producer and DJ. She's using this platform to create awareness about the importance of protecting the planet. This episode features Sharon Pieksma, environmentalist, model, and music producer, as part of our Women in Sustainability series. Hey Sharon, thanks so much for joining the Sustainability Champions podcast. It's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited to join this conversation with you. Thank you.
Of course. So the way I like to start these conversations is by taking a step back and looking at the work that you're doing from a big picture. Can you please just share a little bit about who you are and what your work has been as an environmentalist?
Wow, yeah, it's where to start. I mean, I've been always a very big lover for nature, and it's actually what's close to my heart. I felt it already when I was very young. So I always was like, what can I do for nature? And I never really, I mean, I was always helping animals and stuff like that, of course. But yeah, like one day I went to Bali and was like, wow, there's so much plastic pollution here. So yeah, I was like, okay, at that moment I knew I was going to, I mean, I wanted to help the environment with this plastic, because if you put your head in the ocean, you saw only plastic. So yeah, that's actually where I started. I mean, I was Miss Universe Netherlands in 2019. And yeah, this story is connected with that. I can tell you more about it as well, but yeah, don't want to dive directly into the story.
Well,
I'm too excited.
let's
But
go ahead
yes,
and dive right into
yeah.
the story. So, yeah, how did the Miss Netherlands or Miss Universe come about, and how has that been an important platform for you?
Well, it's actually I never knew that I wanted to become a miss, actually. And since I went to Bali and saw this problem, I was like, what can I do? And then, yeah, someone from the Miss Netherlands team came up to me and she told me what you can do with the platform, and not specifically for the yeah, to become Miss and to do something for plastic, of course. So, but just to that she told me that you have like, yeah, one of the biggest platforms in the world in Miss Universe, where it's even bigger as Super Bowl. So yeah, many countries will look at it, and also third world countries, and yes, um, it's it's a super nice platform to use. So yeah, I was like, okay, wow, something popped up in my head. It's like, okay, what if I can become Miss Universe Netherlands and create worldwide awareness around plastic pollution. So luckily I became Miss Netherlands, and which was like, I didn't know it was so much fun. And yeah, did many beautiful things during my reign. And also Miss Universe, it felt something so powerful, and I really felt I was fully in my purpose, why I'm here.
Mm.
This luckily, I feel very lucky that I've been this given, that I'm good with cameras, I'm good with stage, and um, but I'm also, my heart is in nature. So why not to use that for something good, where so many people listen and follow. So yeah, I did that, and that was really, really beautiful, and that felt very powerful. And since then, I know that this is my number one purpose, and I want to do everything for environmental, yeah, for the
Well,
environment and animals. Yes.
oh, that's fantastic. And Sharon, what did you, when you said that you did a lot of beautiful things during your reign and your focus was really around bringing awareness to plastic pollution, can you share some of the things that you were able to do and really how you used the platform to actually bring awareness and start making a change?
Um, well, during my reign as Miss Universe Netherlands, I went to schools with young children and organized beach cleanups where we collected all the trash, all plastic. And when I went to the schools, we like I took all the little kids and the young children and made it fun to pick up plastic during in the canals of Den Haag, and yeah, made something fun out of it, because it should be fun, and this is the way how they, yeah, then you can make a change and start with the young generation and have more education around this. Because around that time, like now, right now, I'm very happy that the world is much more aware and much more into the environmental problems and solutions, of course. But around that time, right before COVID, it was, yeah, people were focused on other things. So I was like, hey, be aware of the planet, please. So much plastic. Let's do something about it. So yeah, that's like beach cleanups and young children, and yeah, and eventually we collected all that plastic. And yeah, in Miss Universe, like I was like, how can I do something and use that platform in something good in Miss Universe? So I collected all the trash from with all the what I picked up with all the little kids, and yeah, we put it in my national costume dress. So as a shocking effect, I was the goddess of the North Sea. Very beautiful dress with a big crown of coral, and yeah, which a blue dress, and actually represented the ocean, the waves of the ocean, and it was all recycled plastic, made of recycled plastic. And in the end of the catwalk, I wanted to create a shocking effect to show the reality of where the ocean is. So I put all the trash I collected, which when I was walking you couldn't see, and in the end of the catwalk in Miss Universe, I lifted up my dress like wings, like a butterfly in the air, and in there you saw all the trash and ropes and plastic and fishing nets hanging, and also little drawings from children, of course. But it was very, I felt super, super, super powerful. I got goosebumps when doing it, and people in the room, they're like, whoa, whoa, because no other miss they did this. Of course, you represent your country in the best way, but it's beautiful to try to make an impact and use that moment for something good. So yeah, afterwards they interviewed me and they said, wow, you have one of the most impactful, powerful dresses. And yeah, that felt super, super powerful. So I think that was a really good start of where, like, yeah, let's go. I feel like a warrior here.
That's it's really cool. I mean, that's such a unique way of approaching the problem and bringing impact to it. And as you said, making a powerful statement. So with after that, did you get any feedback? I mean, you mentioned that you were being interviewed and you talked about it, but did anyone else say how much it affected them, or did you see any changes from any of the work that you did after this butterfly effect that you had with all the trash coming out?
Well, yes, because since then, I'm actually they kept invited me also for SDG, for United Nations, and for they asked me to come to have talks for them, and I became an ambassador as well for certain environmental organizations, which I still work for and work with today. And yeah, I was just doing everything I can, and I still do, to try to make an, of course, impact, and now also to do something about it. I mean, right now I'm in music. I was already in music around that time, but now because I produce music and I work as a DJ, and yeah, I have many things to also equalize the CO2 I fly with. So I work, because the only thing that makes me really bad is that. But in the same time, I can use the platform of music, what I'm doing now, because people listen. You have all listeners. So yeah, now I put my fire and my story into that in music, and yeah, much more to tell about that as well. But I
Yeah,
go
well,
from hot and hair.
that's okay. We're having a conversation, and I love jumping around to different topics. Makes it fun. So, with the DJ, with your music production, can you share more about how you're using that platform now, as a means to support nature?
Well, it's actually oh, my internet is not very stable, it says, but I think you still hear me. But yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, with music, right now, I was very lucky, because I've been working with an eco rider, for example. An eco rider means that, like, as an artist, you get a rider, yeah, where all the needs are on. So where you want to play with, and also the drinks you want to have, for example, and anything you want in your performance time, you can ask on there. So I have an eco rider which says that I don't want any plastic in my DJ booth. And if they don't have any solutions, they can contact a certain company which will provide them solutions, which creates awareness in the music industry already, in a very little detail, but it's into the organizers of the festivals. So I have that. And the first, I was also very lucky because I produced a track called Avatar. And it's about nature. It's about they asked me to do an album together with other very big artists, to create awareness for the oceans. It's on for Abracadabra, and together with Bye Bye Plastic. And yeah, my track is about actually a solution to create more marine reserves in the ocean, so the ocean is more protected. But it's in my track. And it got released on the first bacteria made biodegradable vinyl in the world. So my first track got released on a little piece of history now.
Wow.
And change. It's yeah, I felt very lucky that it was so aligned with where my heart is. And also my first track ever got released on something so big, which in the future, like now, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of like, whoa, but in the future will be much bigger, like how it is if we look to history right now. So yeah.
That's incredible. I have not heard of bacteria made biodegradable vinyl.
Yes,
That's amazing. What does it look like? Have you seen it?
it looks like a normal vinyl. It's just that it's biodegradable, and it works exactly the same. You also have to take care of normal vinyls as much as you have to do with this one. So yeah, it works exactly the same, but it's just much more better, like no plastic. And I think it's a really great step also in the music industry to for like to do things better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And it's interesting that you're creating awareness in the music industry, because I think, especially when it comes to live shows, and you mentioned festivals, no plastic in the DJ booth, but festivals, when I think of festivals, I always imagine the amount of trash that's left behind on the floor. If you go to like one of these huge festivals, whether it's Coachella, I only know one's in the US, but Coachella is a big one. It's coming up soon because it's springtime here in California. So, or maybe it's happening even now. But the point is that these festivals have so
Yeah.
much traffic. It's
Yeah.
happening now. Yeah, I'm not too much in the festival scene, but I mean, what can we do about the amount of waste that happens as a result of these festivals? Because festivals are so much fun. They bring people together. They can be really beautiful. You're using your music as a means, as a way to share an important story and an important message, and yet people leave. Tens of thousands or sometimes hundreds of thousands of people leave, and there's all this trash behind. So what can we do about that? Is that something you talk about? Is that something you think about? Are you creating awareness around it? It's a lot of questions, but yeah, can you share some ideas on that?
Well, yes, there's definitely like in Holland, because Holland is a very leading festival land and place. And in Holland, actually, we have now a very new system where you have reusable cups and you get a token with your cup, so you pay a little bit more. And you have hard plastic as well. So every time you want a new drink, you bring your cup back. They take your cup, they clean it, and that you get a new cup with you. And this is how like a circular cup system works. So there's literally no plastic on the floors. You just have to pay a little bit more, and eventually you get it back. It's only €1, but
Mm.
people do that. So it's amazing. You don't see anywhere plastic. So they already created a solution for this, which made me super happy, because it's devastating to see there's so much trash on the floors. Like back in the days, it's insane. Like, yeah, so I'm always promoting this to everyone, to people I know who do those festivals, and like, hey, use this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that's a great idea. And if there are other ways to do that with, other products as well. I mean, like with the food, because sometimes people leave the plastic forks and stuff on the floor. And so if there's a way to encourage that on all the different elements that are used at a festival, I think you're absolutely right. That could really lead to zero waste. And it's about finding these innovative and very clever, simple solutions that don't require huge changes.
Yes, exactly. And also now in Europe, they even have a ban. Um, yeah, there's still plastic around because people, they of course they bought for certain many years to still have plastic, but in general, plastic. Single-use plastics are banned in Europe right now.
That's a really big step. Going back to the song that you produced, Avatar, which is talking about creating marine reserves. Why are marine reserves so important?
Well, I've been doing some research, and I mean, of course, there's many different opinions what's the best. But if I look just very simple at it, we need more protection in the ocean, and protection means where fishermen also cannot come. So to create certain marine reserves, for example, with seaweed, to grow seaweed, to create a hiding spot for fishes, which they can produce and they can grow safely without any fishermen or fishing ships getting, getting there. So yeah, I think building marine reserves creates more protected spots, hiding areas in the ocean, for fish, and eventually it's better for everyone, because they need more hiding spots, because there's just too many fishing boats, and
Mhm.
it's not too much protected. The ocean is not very protected, you know?
It's
So
true.
yeah, I heard this also in a TED talk, and I was very agreed with it.
I think you're right, Sharon. It's an important point because I was actually reading about this a little bit some time ago, and I need to double check my facts here, but I remember there was a country somewhere in the tropics. I don't remember which one, but they put a marine reserve right off the coast of their beaches, and within I think it was just a few years, the fish completely came back. The fish population came back, and the entire area became basically back to normal. It healed very quickly. And it's exactly what you said. It's just protecting and avoiding, fishing activities in in that specific area, and other types of things that are bad for the ocean. And immediately, nature is very, very resilient. It heals itself very quickly, and we just need to give it the space and the time to do that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I know Bali has many of these marine reserves around, and of course I think much more, because eventually the seaweed also get used to in certain creams, so it's beneficial for everyone.
Yeah.
More marine reserves.
100%. I think that's good. And you have your song to promote that, and to share the importance of it. You mentioned at the beginning that when you were in Bali, when you were younger, and you put your face in the water and you saw plastic everywhere. Was that really the moment when you realized that this is the work that you want to do, to be involved with nature and to support nature?
I put my head in the water and, oh, this is the work I want to do. I'm gonna clean the ocean. Yeah, no, well, I just do what excites me. I think that's very good, to follow your gut and intuition. And at that, I mean, still, it really got me. I thought it was so sad to see, and was cleaning out all the plastic of the ocean, at that point. But there was so many little microplastics as well. And yeah, I mean, the way how I just kept to that goal of like, oh, I want to help the ocean and cleaning out and with plastic. Yeah, I came into the work I do today. So yeah, I feel very aligned.
It's
With that.
wonderful. And I think, yeah,
Yeah.
following your gut, following your passion, there's a lot to say about it. It's a very, I think it's a really important way to think about what you want to do, because ultimately when you're passionate about something, you put all of your energy into it, and it's how you make sure that you keep going.
I always say to people, follow what excites you, follow your intuition, because eventually we never know what we want to do. We never know what our life purpose is. But yeah, just do what excites you.
Yeah.
And that's good. You will get there.
It's a good message. So, Sharon, what's next for you? You've done the Miss Universe. You're now producing music. What are your future plans as you continue to, create bigger and bigger impact?
Well, right now, I mean, you'd have to do everything step by step. You cannot look in 10 years. Of course, I want to change many, many things, but right now, I think it's very good where I am at right now with creating music. Also because I saw how the doors went open. It was so aligned with what I have in mind. So I think for now, focus on music. And yeah, produce more, get more releases out, and yeah, make an impact through music. In a way, yeah, through music, or create something where I can make an impact with. So yeah, I'm working on that. And also in the same time, I yeah, just like environment, I want to, like, it's not only the ocean. I want to make an impact everywhere. So yeah, I'm still seeing what my heart says and what excites me the most. So yeah, step by step. But I see very like many people, they come up with beautiful solutions. But for example, with gray water, because we have a very huge problem with water. And I think it's one of the biggest problems what we face, because we need water. We are water, and we pollute the water the most, and we don't protect it. Even when you flush the toilet, so much drinking water get lost. And when you shower, yeah, also a lot of drinking water gets gray water. So now I see, I met someone who yeah, you said gray water, certain gray water, and to yeah, make certain systems to eventually that you can use it again as drinking water. So these kinds of solutions, or maybe we can collect even more rainwater. I think we need to focus more on those kind of things, and also to make the land more fertile. I mean, our poo and pee is very, very, very good for land, and we just throw it away. It's not that I, leave it aside, but I think there should be more focus on that as well, because our lands, they get dried out with all the chemicals and things we still keep using. So I see some solutions here and there, which really excites me. I mean, certain connections between humans and nature I see returning, because we are nature and we forget that. So I do that actually excites me a lot, that I see so many solutions coming up. People are really becoming aware, and I think we can make it very far. I have a very positive feeling. Of course, there needs to be changed a lot, but I see little steps here and there. So yeah, let's see where we go. But yeah, let's do as much as we can, and yeah, always throw your trash in the right places, in the right bins.
And that's a really important place to start. And well, thank you for sharing that. Sounds like there are a lot of opportunities as far as where you will be or can be focusing next. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you continue to make impact in those various areas as you continue to do research and continue to do your work. So for anyone who's interested in learning about your story or listening to your music, where is the place for people to go, or how can people find you?
I think the easiest way, where I actually share the most, is on Instagram still. So yeah, I just use mostly Instagram to share all my stories and things I do and music. So yeah, definitely come and follow me there. And yeah, if you have any questions or creative thoughts, you can always contact me, and I would love to help you in any way possible, because we are here to help each other too,
Yeah, absolutely. And
let's create an impact.
Absolutely. What is your Instagram handle, just for people listening?
Well, my artist Instagram is share, as in sharing, but then share dot musica. So share musica.
Perfect.
Yes, I think you can remind it. You can have it in your mind very easily.
Excellent. Share.musica. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for sharing your story and for going through the work that you're doing. It sounds like you have a very bright future ahead as far as the amount of impact that you're going to be making. So I wish you the best of luck. And thank you very much for taking the time with me today to go through your story. Really appreciate it. It's great to speak with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time as well, and your happiness. Thank you.
If you too are working on an exciting sustainable solution or innovation and are looking for funding, why not apply to the Zayed Sustainability Prize? This could help you get to the next level. The Zayed Sustainability Prize is the sponsor of this podcast series. Since 2008, they've recognized and funded the amazing and innovative work of nonprofit organizations, small and medium-sized enterprises, and high schools for their impactful, innovative, and inspiring sustainable solutions. You could be next. If you or someone you know is a champion in sustainability who's working on a solution in health, food, energy, water, or climate action, you can apply today. Small and medium enterprises and nonprofit organizations with sustainable solutions in health, food, energy, water, and climate action can win $600,000 US, while high schools can apply to the Global High Schools category and win up to $100,000. Apply before May 23rd, 2023. How to apply? Simply click the link in our show notes to begin your submission for the Zayed Sustainability Prize. If you want to connect with a member of the Zayed Sustainability Prize team, simply email them at info@zayedsustainabilityprize.com.